Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hello and welcome to another episode of Project Zero, or Fatal Frame as it's known in the West, in North America. We are playing number 5, Maiden of Blackwater, and I'm about to actually play my first legit non-tutorial chapter, so I hope you guys enjoy it. It has been several days since the incident at the inn. Hisoka is out on a case. A young girl comes to the shop and finds a worried Yuri. Yuri is given a missing person case, something Hisoka forbade. So you can get items that don't count towards your points at the end. Second drop, Mount Hikami, Yuri Kozukata. A few days have passed since Yuri's introduction to shadow reading at the abandoned inn. Since then, Hisoka has gone off somewhere and hasn't returned. Yuri worries for Hisoka, but isn't sure how or where to start searching. As she sits waiting at the antique shop, a girl named Fuyuhi Himino shows up, claiming to have enlisted Hisoka to help her find a missing person. It bothers me that they say their names wrong in English, in the English one. But these are the best voice acting this series has yet seen.
Excuse me.
Hello?
I'm looking for Hisoka Kurosawa. Is she here?
Oh, I'm sorry, but she stepped out.
My name is Fuyuhi Himino. I've been waiting for her to tell me if she could help me find someone. I still haven't got a reply from her.
You're looking for someone?
She might have gone to the mountain. Mount Hikami.
Mount Hikami.
Someone told me that they saw my friend there. It's an infamous suicide spot, isn't it? I don't know why Haruka would go to a place like that, and without even saying a word to me.
Don't worry. As soon as Hisoka gets back, I'll tell her.
No, that's fine. I can't wait any longer. I'll go look for her myself.
Huh? Come back!
A missing persons case. Hisoka left a few days ago and hasn't been back. Maybe this is what she's been working on. Hisoka's room is upstairs. Maybe she left some clues as to her whereabouts. I want to find some time to be able to, talk about my first foray into Fatal Frame because, well, I could even do it now. I might as well do it now. So my first foray into Fatal Frame, and I hope you guys comment and tell me what yours is, unless this is your first one, and then welcome to the club. The cupboard is filled with cups that we don't use anymore. This soundbite is quite a common one in all of the, I guess from 2 to 5. So my first one was back in 2007. I was browsing YouTube one lazy afternoon, and I ran across the Rad Brad screaming like a little girl at the first Fatal Frame, and I just was I'll put a link in the description about it, but I was absolutely in tears listening to him scream, and that started me into this. And my roommate gave me the first one on the original Xbox because it was too scary for her. Oh, I missed what that first bit said. It seems to be about the traditions surrounding the mountain, the Deathly Mountain. Mount Hikami has long been feared to be haunted. In the past, it was said that sleeping with one's feet facing the mountain was taboo. Watching the sun set behind the mountain, too, was believed to invite forth beings from the netherworld. Today, the mountain is said to call to those fascinated by death. Countless rumors abound of people spirited away to the accursed peak. They are said to venture to the mountain alone, leaving behind no trace of themselves. Some say the bodies of those who vanished can be found at the bottom of the Lake of the Departed, on the mountain summit. Since becoming a tourist destination, the prevalence of such frightening tales did seem to diminish for a while. Even so, despite its fleeting status as a tourist hotspot, Mount Hikami is yet to shake its reputation as a cursed mountain, a place of death. Today it has become a popular place at which to commit suicide. Suicide at Mount Hikami. A book about Mount Hikami was lying on the bookshelf. It seems to be about the rumors surrounding Mount Hikami at the site of spiritual activity. How does a place become famous for suicide? As more people die, the place will gain a reputation, and people are drawn to these spots out of a desire not to be alone in the end. Interestingly, these suicide spots are rarely known as hot spots for spiritual activity. This is what makes Mount Hikami distinct from the others. It has both a tradition of suicide and has long been associated with ghost sightings. Then, there are so-called Maidens of Blackwater. It is said that if you are found by one of those maidens, they will lead you to your death. Those caught in the maiden's gaze never again leave the mountain, or so the rumor goes. There are tales of specters on Mount Hikami who relive their own deaths. Those who do not die in accordance with local practice become cursed, forced to relive their final moments for eternity. Many of the people who have been kept from committing suicide on Mount Hikami claim to have seen a maiden, or one of those looping specters, and felt a strong compulsion to kill themselves. Perhaps it is because of these stories of maidens and ghosts that the mountain continues to be a popular spot for those looking to take their own life. Notes updated. I think this just leads back out to... Oh no, this leads upstairs. We can go this way. So my first foray into Fatal Frame was the very first one back on the original Xbox, and it scared the crap out of me, and I didn't get very far in it. At all. And then the second one came out, and I fell in love with it. Like, total and absolute favorite game. It is still my favorite game, and I will at some point play it. And the whole reason I started a YouTube channel was to eventually play all 5 of these games on this channel. So this being the first one, in no particular order, even though it does go... This is Hisoka's room. She really likes the traditional Japanese style. Yeah, okay, that is loud. A folder reading Lost Item sits on the desk. Looks like it's bound by string. There seems to be notes on Hisoka's shadow reading cases. Client. Missing item, diary, photo of deceased, locate mother's diary. Client seeks info on the late mother. Relates to a deceased individual. Apply caution. The caretaker of the deceased has burned the diary at her request. Oh, it's a result. Alright, lost item case files. Missing item, storeroom key, token, photo of deceased, details, locate storeroom key. Item may be lost. Token and item belong to deceased. Apply caution. Result, item located. Had been hidden by the client's parent. Returned to the client. Client, missing item, diamond ring, ring box. Details, client seeks lost engagement ring. Requested fiancé not be notified. Date of wedding soon approaching. Result, found on client's desk. Was in an obvious place, but somehow eluded the client. Client, Ren Hojo, who we know. Missing item, album of post-mortem photographs. Post-mortem photographs. Reference material for a book about traditional practice in Mount Hikami area. Bad location, but minimal danger anticipated. Client is an acquaintance. Result, found in old building of abandoned inn. Shadow attempted to drag Yuri towards the netherworld. Should have gone alone. Must warn Yuri to stay away from the mountain. There's a book next to the files entitled The Art of Shadow Reading. I am so turning down this radio. Shadow reading is the ability to read traces of the past, not unlike the ability commonly known as psychometry. By following these traces, it is possible to find things that have gone missing, or which were no longer visible. Things that are demonstrably there, but for reasons unknown are all but invisible. Things the owner wished to be forgotten, things whose owners have passed away, things that no longer wish to be seen, things drawn partway into the netherworld, invisible within our own. Such items can be called back to the world of the living. Unlike these objects, however, people who have been spirited away must not be chased after lightly. In many such cases, they have been taken by creatures of the netherworld who linger nearby. Utmost caution must always be applied. Alright, let's get away from this silly radio, and you guys won't have to worry about that because I'm turning that down for when I read it. Okay, yes. An open envelope has been left on the desk. The sender's name reads Fuyuhi Himino, and I hate how they pronounce it in English. Oh my gosh. They couldn't have had anyone Japanese do it? This must be Fuyuhi's missing person request. Maybe it could provide some clues as to where Hisoka and Fuyuhi went. Dear Miss Kurosawa, please find Haruka. She went missing over a week ago. You do still take on missing person cases, don't you? I've contacted the police, but they're no help. They say she was probably spirited away. I love how that was the answer. Haruka wouldn't have gone anywhere without telling me. I'm certain something bad has happened. I can handle my own grief, but I can't stand the thought of her suffering somewhere. What if she's waiting for me to find her? I'm worried sick. Haruka is still alive, I know it. But something has to be done, and quick. Remember when you found that precious picture of me and Haruka? I was so happy to have it. Now I need your help once again. There's a photograph with a letter. Aww, Haruka and Fuyuhi. It shows Fuyuhi looking shy. Another girl. They look close.
Hisoka. She must have gone to Mount Hikami to look for this girl. Mount Hikami. A place where many come to take their lives. I'm positive that Fuyuhi must have come here.
Mount Hikami. Fuyuhi is somewhere on this mountain. I should be able to use this picture of her to find her trace. Hold down ZR to find the trail, which is this one here. Oh, we don't need it. And if I had my camera obscura, I'd take a picture of her going up the mountain, but I don't have it yet. Because Hisoka took it back. For whatever reason. The Pool of Purification. So I won't be able to get through this full chapter, but we'll see how far I can get. Probably halfway. Anyways, so yeah. Back to my story about Fatal Frame, which is amazing, and I know you guys want to hear it. Fuyuhi. The road has collapsed, and the stone stairs are cut off. It must have been a landslide. The old road seems to carry on the edge of the cliff. So yeah, I played the second one. No, actually, there is more to the story than just the second one. Basically, as a parting gift, my roommate at the time gave me the first one on the Xbox. Water flowing from the rocks has pooled here, forming a small pond. And I absolutely loved her for it. There's something on the ground. I was gonna say not this time, Ghosty, but it got me. So basically, sometimes a ghost hand will appear when you try to reach an object. Release ZR at the right moment to dodge it. If you do get grabbed, use the left and right to break hold. Ghost, you got me this time. Dang it. A tourist brochure. I wonder if Fuyuhi dropped it. It has a map of the mountain. Oh, it's got Kurosawa antiques on it. This should be useful. So this is the way from the Pool of Purification to the Unfathomable Forest. Got it. So I can basically show the map. It's the same one that's on my gamepad all the time, which is neat. In the main menu, yeah, go Y. I think, oh yeah, okay. So yeah, as a parting gift, my friend gave me, there's too many things here. My friend gave me the An old stone monument has been set into the rocky hollow. It's covered in moss, so I can't tell if there's any writing on it. It must be a memorial for those who lost their lives in the landslide. There's something under the waterfall. And as you see that little, you got a purifying ember time 1. Coals that light the forbidden flame. Dry and remove the taint of the black water. So I'm completely soaked now. If you get drenched, you'll become an easy target for malevolent spirits. Use purifying embers to dry yourself off. And I have no camera to photograph her. Whoops. You got herbal medicine times 2. Pills made from a myriad of herbs. Consuming them will restore... I guess it's herbs. Consuming them will restore some health. So yes, so I took the game with me, and it was fantastic. And a couple years later, a very dear friend of mine decided that we should play all the games from the first one till the 4th one, which had come out at the time, because the 5th one was nowhere on the radar. And every Friday night, we enjoyed playing the 4 games, and then I moved away, and it was very sad, and I miss him a lot, because I don't get to play horror games with him anymore, and then I had to grow some balls and play them myself. And this is the second one, Fatal Frame, that I've completed on my own, which I'm pretty proud of. Not that it's scary or anything, but I get flustered easily. And I do plan on playing every single... There's something in the water. I do plan on playing every single one of these for you lovely people, and mostly for myself because I'm selfish. And I love the game so much. Hisoka's camera obscura. What's it doing here? You got Type 14 film. Old film. It's not... doesn't really matter. You got the stun lens, a lens that forcefully staggers the photograph subject. Switch upgrade. Alright. Hold it. This switches things. And this switches things. But we'll use the, I guess Type 7. Where's the other one? Where is she? Oh, there she is. Of course, you guys are going separate ways. We'll go after you first. Come on, buddy. Come on. Oh, the camera obscura. I'll read that after. Ugh, I'm playing in the dark, and I'm still getting, like, prickles and tingles the back of my neck. It's unnerving, actually. Alright. I can't see to the bottom. Nobody could survive a drop like from this height. Alright, so I don't think I can ever get her the first time around. There's two of them. There's a girl in a white dress and a girl in a red dress. Oops. Alright. Oh, I'm forgetting something. There's a torn note lying on the ground. It looks like Fuyuhi Himino's. I looked into Mount Hikami. It's always been a spiritual place. Not spiritual as in holy, but spiritual as in filled with the spirits of the dead. Maybe that's why it's a suicide spot? Haruka wouldn't go to die alone, though. Not without telling me. The book said people get spirited away to the mountain. They get called towards it and disappear, alone. I read how it calls to people who are perceptive, anxious, meek, and who have lack of family. My heart skipped a beat when I read that. It was describing Haruka perfectly. She's so kind and accepting. She always opens up to me. She's alert even when she seems to be spacing out. She knows what I'm thinking. Maybe she was spirited away. But where do people go when they're spirited away? The more I think about it, the scarier it gets, and the more my heart starts pounding. Alright, we'll go a bit further in. And this fantastic animation that wins an award. Alright, so we got about 5 minutes left on this video. So let's do it. There was someone by the shrine on the other side of the river. Was it Fuyuhi? Let's go see. Curse of this guy. This guy actually glitches, and he's gotten me before. So this guy, because he's on a dock, I bet he'll do it. Let's see. Yep, there we go. Ooh. So yeah, usually he's a bit of a touchy one. All right, we're not gonna. Oh, you scared the shit out of me. I'm keeping that in the video. My boyfriend just walked in. Oh my god. I scared the crap out of me. Alright, we're gonna find something while I regather my composture. I don't know if we need this one. We can't hold anymore, of course. Alright, we'll make this one the last one, and then we will see you guys very shortly on the next episode. A scrap from a notebook. It looks like it fell from the sleeping bag poking out of the tent. How long have I been here? I suppose it doesn't matter. I'm glad I decided to do things right and come here to die. This place feels right. I thought I might get lonely, but there are people here. People who aren't alive. This place might be as strange as people say. I heard children playing just now. I tried to get a look at them, but they ran off before I could get close. Did they come here on their own, or were they left here? Earlier, I heard the sound of raspy breathing and running. After that, I heard a scream. I was scared and held my breath. I'm not scared of death, but that was terrifying. I saw a woman dressed in white. She was draped in cloth, so I couldn't see her face. She seemed to stare at me for a while, then left. Which side is she on, I wonder? Will she be back? I saw her again. She turns up every day, watching me. I feel her gaze, but not her presence. As soon as I notice her, she disappears. She must be constantly watching me. I heard a voice, a mournful voice, like screaming. No, like singing. It was a call of some kind, but not for me. Not yet. My time is yet to come. Everything I brought with me is gone. Now I have nothing. I like it here. Nothing matters now. This was the right choice. I'm glad I came. She will come soon. She will take me away. She's calling. I must go. All right, my lovely ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else who is watching, we will leave you here and continue this next time. Oh yeah, this is the same thing before. Because it saves at the beginning, I might be replaying like a small amounts, but I think I'll just cut it out. It's not a big deal. All right, everyone, thanks for watching. See you soon.